really want to show you something.
I think the visual effects just for spectacle isn't that interesting. What I'm looking for is the same thing I'm looking for in any part of filmmaking, whether it's the sound, the music, the photography, the actor's performance. I'm looking for something that moves me, that gives me a feeling. So with the animation, it's the same as everything else. Does it give me that feeling? I wanted the Wild Things to feel charming, but also a little scary, because that's what the book was like. And even as we were writing it, my co-writer Dave Eggers was like, how are we going to shoot any of this? Like, it's like, you know, because I knew I wanted to do it with people in suits, and you know, they're throwing each other around, and explosions and all this stuff. But I just was like, we'll worry about that later. Let's write the story. And I think that's the best way to write, is you don't think about how it's going to be done.
A little more this way.
Oh, that's 5, Carol.
And then 7 Douglases across will have the other mark.
What have you been eating?
Rocks.
Rocks. What did I tell you about eating rocks?
That's 6.
Getting a little paunch.
What we were looking for was very subtle, naturalistic animation. Like, I think a lot of times animation, especially in family films, is all exaggerated and big and, whoa, wow, no. And we were looking for very nuanced internal performances from these Wild Things, and just like an eye darting away to sort of, you know, that would be like an insecure, not wanting to make eye contact, breaking eye contact and coming back, or like a smile, you know, this difference between a genuine smile or a like nervous smile, and like, you know, like, are the eyes smiling? Are the eyes anxious and the mouth is smiling? And that all was, you know, the animators.
You know what it feels like when all your teeth are falling out really slowly and you don't realize, and then you notice that, well, they're really far apart. And then one day, you don't have any teeth anymore.
Yeah.
Well, it was like that.
There really were three sets of actors in our thing. There was the voice actors, and we made a whole film of them acting it out. And for like 3 weeks on a soundstage, they're all interacting, and we were recording the sound.
You smiled. You can't deny that this was a good idea.
I didn't deny it. I believe part of that idea was mine.
What part?
The part where I said, yeah, good idea.
And then there's the suit actors that watched the voice actors, and they sort of tried to emulate it in, you know, the physicality of the suit. And then there's the animators who are embodying the character they're in, and they're owning the character like the suit actor did or the voice actor did. But what was so wild is so many actors created one character.
How could guys like us worry about a tiny little thing like the sun?
I think an animator on one level is an actor. They have to be able to bring out a feeling in a performance. You know, the same as just acting. You have to believe the intention and the decisions that the voice actor make and the animators make. That's what makes an interesting performance. It's what makes an interesting actor. Whether it's a human or not, it's a character. Are you moved by them? Do you connect to them? Do you understand what they're thinking or feeling? Because it is a performance.
Don't go. I'll eat you up. I love you so.
Animation I'd never really done to that degree, especially character animation like that. And so it was a lot to learn in terms of how to work with animators, how to talk to animators, how to direct animators. Directing animation actors is very similar, and you're talking about what the scene is about, what the line is about, what the moment's about, and what the character is thinking, what the character is feeling. And so you're giving that direction to both the actors and to the animators. And I'd say the difference is, on some level, the animators also have to, it's intuitive and emotional, but it's also technical too, because you know, an actor isn't thinking about an expression they're making. And if they are, a lot of times it's self-conscious. Animators have to think about what's inside the character and how it's being observed.
I'm not a Viking or a king or anything.
So what are you?
I'm Max.
Well, that's not very much, is it?
They're listening to the direction and interpreting it through themselves. And they're also, they are just like an actor is listening to the other actors in the scene. That animator has to listen to what the other characters in that scene are doing, because they're reacting to these. If they're just performing on their own, they're not in the scene. They might be reacting to something someone else is saying, and they have to be listening to that dialogue and feeling what their character would be feeling.
I thought you said if anybody got in here we didn't want, the fort would automatically cut their brains out.
Oh, well, I thought that then, but I kind of decided that if we know them, they should keep their brains.
This was like an astounding amount of work, and just detail, and the animators and the compositors have to care so much. Filmmaking in general, to make something good, you have to keep iterating. You have to keep iterating. You have to be your own critic, and like, this is good, but that part of it's not good. Unless we can go, keep going, and the drive is as much inside to make it right, and make it good, and make it correct. But in the end, I can't imagine having done it another way, because I think the best thing to do is write what you feel and then work with incredibly talented people, special effects people, visual effects people, art directors, cinematographers, to get the right, to figure out how you're going to do it and what the feeling is supposed to get to the feeling you want it to be.